So we'll see if that continues to be the case with the Canadian market. China's going for the breakout here too. Finally hit a new high over the high that it was seen in March, which looks pretty good. It looks like a cup and handle almost. Pretty much like a cup and handle. You got the V-shaped recovery, little handle here, and it's going for a breakout now. You're going to want to watch stocks like ABA, which has been a little bit on the weaker side compared to other names, but it is coming back up. You also got DYDDY, Tesla's competitor. Got Tencent, which I think the biggest company in Canada, if I'm not sorry, in China, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like a pretty clean cup and handle here as well. Now these are on the OTC market, but certainly opportunity there, I think, as well. If you want to throw around some darts, Chinese market to diversify a little bit. For some ETFs, you got like ZEM, emerging markets. I'm not sure if China is in this one. This also includes like India, Brazil, Russia, a bunch of other countries in here as well, and ZEM. So you're kind of getting a lot of different exposure across the board. And then you got ZDM if you want exposure to European markets mostly. So this is mostly European markets. You got Germany, France, all that stuff, all in this one. I'm not investing in these myself right now. Again, I'm just strictly, you know what, I'm just be patriotic and just throw all my eggs in my own country. Because I do think there is some of the most opportunity here because there is too much negativity. And because people are kind of really tight here, and I actually think that's the time to buy. The time to buy is when people can't or don't think they should. A lot of people are like, "Oh, invest in Canada? Why would I invest in Canada? It's such a shit country. Fucking taxes are too high. We got the liberals won again, and everybody's negative." You know what I mean? And it's just to me, that's a classic sign to buy, right? Okay, yeah, everyone thinks it's shit. Okay, well, good. I'm gonna go fucking all in. And by the time that they think it's good, 3 4 years from now, and the Canadian economy is on the come up again, then I'll be selling to them at triple the price. And MindMed is up today. Like these psychedelic stocks are getting a little bit of momentum. I don't really trust them too much, but CMPS has been my psychedelic choice for a while. Atai Life Sciences looks stronger at the moment. It's got a pretty clean bottoming pattern here, so it might be something to keep an eye out for. And it's seeing new highs here, whereas Compass is not. Atai is basically Atai. I don't know how to say it. Atai is basically a holding company of a lot of psychedelic companies in one. So you're kind of getting exposure to a handful of psychedelic companies in one, which might be the best way to play the psychedelic space. You do decide to play that space. We have to see more clinical trials. It depends how much you really believe in psychedelics kind of curing some of these illnesses and stuff, you know. Um, I'm a little more under the impression that hormones play a bigger role in depression than neurotransmitters, you know, serotonin and stuff. I'm more under the impression that hormones play a bigger role, and just lifestyle too. Living a or even loneliness. Loneliness is a huge thing. So it's like people are taking pills and stuff to try and basically mask, you know, their problems. You know, it doesn't mean that something is off in their body. It means, you know, oftentimes, and it can be that too. That plays a role, but I think that's probably tied more into hormones personally than neurotransmitters. I think neurotransmitters are more of a short term thing, whereas hormones they can play a little bit of a longer term role in the way you feel. Hormones are huge. Look at the way they affect people's emotions. You know, month over month, and women's their hormones they go out of whack, and you know it can really affect them. And men too, you know how you are. As soon as you bust a nut, you feel completely different. Your mind completely changes. You went from like thinking about a girl that you were like sad about, and suddenly you don't even care anymore. It's all a lot of it's hormones, the way that you feel. So I don't know, but mind you, I do I do believe there is some potential in these stocks. I'm a little indecisive about how effective psychedelics actually are. And I guess that's why these stocks haven't performed that well, because the market is also indecisive about that, and the market's just not too sure. Mind you, we do know that psychedelics affect neurotransmitters, serotonin and dopamine, stuff like that, and mainly serotonin. And antidepressant drugs are SSRIs typically, so they are designed to increase serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So if these are able to do the same thing, then I think people and myself, if I ever felt the need to take antidepressants again than I did in the past, I would rather go this route than take an SSRI. But I would rather go the route of not taking neither, or not needing to take neither. But since this is kind of natural, and if it actually just helps, even if I didn't have depression and I felt like it could help my mindset a little bit, I wouldn't be against taking a little bit as like a microdose. P&G continues to get momentum. This stock's been crazy. Talked about it yesterday too. And deep sea mining and stuff like that could eventually another bubble market. So this stock is in that space, plus the robotic space. These real estate stocks have been suppressed for a really long time, so there might be some opportunity here. Um, SRU, RioCan. I don't know about Take Two. It's struggling a little bit too much around this 240 mark. So I'm a little indecisive about it in the short term. I do like it in the longer term, but is the GTA. But in the short term, I don't know. It's acting a little weird around this mark. So I'm really liking gold. I mean, I still love gold, and I'm holding BTO as well. I'm also holding Barrick Gold. You know, I'll show my portfolio stuff later, just because like recording right now and post it online, and I'll be able to see everything. So I'm holding Barrick Gold as well. And I think we're gonna get a breakout on these stocks, which is why I bought into them recently, because I haven't been holding them. I've mainly just been holding gold, but I think we're gonna get a breakout soon. Like these stocks have been laggards in space. BTO and Barrick Gold have been one of the crappiest gold stocks on the market. Really, I think they're gonna. Sometimes there's laggards in certain sectors, stocks that underperform the rest of the stocks. But usually, if the industry continues to heat up, those stocks will play catch up, and sometimes they end up being the best performing ones. So, and that's what happened with ACB back in the day during the weed space. ACB was one of the crappiest names. It was always the last one to move, always. But when it moved, whew, like this thing was crazy. Like I remember, I was just in a group and I was telling people about ACB and nobody believed me. Everyone's like, ACB, nah, just Canopy. And I'm like, guys, I saw this pattern on the chart. Probably this was the pattern at the time. I don't know when it was. Or it could have been this 2017. It was probably here because I know I caught it really early. And I kept saying, I'm like, it's tightening up. This thing's going to blow. I think this was it. This was it right here. And the guys are like, nah, just Canopy. Canopy's the way. Don't be an ACB. And I'm like, guys, ACB. This thing's about to blow. Look at this pattern. Bam. The fucking thing just skyrocketed. It was crazy. It was like, what I remember, it was like 300% in like a week or two. And then it did it again after. It was crazy. And it died after. But I'm in ACB right now. I bought shares in ACB right now. because I think the stock is undervalued now, and it's been going sideways for 2 years now, which this stock is historically just goes down and down and down and down. Now we got 2 years of sideways action. That to me tells me it's probably bottomed, and there's a lot of load up here. I don't have a target price, but my idea is that at the end of the day in the weed space, there's going to be bigger players that evolve, right? Just like there is in the tobacco space. You got Imperial Tobacco, British American Tobacco. There's some big guys there that basically run the market. I think ACB is going to be the big guy in the world markets, because these guys are exporting across the world. They're profiting. They have 180 million in cash, and they have a small amount of debt of 60 million and no cannabis related debts, which I don't know exactly what that means, but no cannabis related debts. So with 180 million cash in the bank, profits, international exports, one of the highest revenues out of all the cannabis companies, if not maybe the highest revenue out of all the cannabis companies, the highest production, the best weed. They got the best facilities. They have the best weed. Who's going to be the big dog at the end of the day? To me, it's ACB, and I want to be in that stock. So if this stock does become a big dog at the end of the day with a 350 million market cap, and they have the cash, they don't need to do dilution anymore. They already diluted the hell out of the stock in the past. They may not need to do dilution anymore. If this stock goes to 30 billion again one day, like it was hit almost 30 billion at the peak. That's 100 times return. Become a $600 stock. I'm not saying that's my price or that I really think that's going to happen right now or anytime soon, but I see the possibility. I mean, why not? If they execute on vapes, if they execute on edibles, they execute on oils, they execute on weed, they execute on the medical market, their profit margins are high. They have established operations across globally, really. Why not? No debts, cash in the bank. Obviously, they shouldn't be worth that right now. But if the industry continues to grow, I mean, why not? So I got my hands in that a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Flying car stocks, I don't know what to tell you. You know, I think they're overpriced. I don't see flying cars happening anytime soon, but it's a hype. And, you know, it's hard to say how high the hype can take these stocks. Yeah, I know. I see the gold stocks pumping. I'm holding on personally. I'm not trading, right? I'm buying and holding and swinging for days or weeks or months at a time. So I don't do no day trading at all. I'm just sticking strictly to longer term, and I'm looking months out. So yeah, BTO's up today. Maybe it'll be down tomorrow. I think it's going to go hopefully $7-8. I would rather just sit on it and wait 2-3 months till it goes to $7-8, and then I'll sell it or sell some of it. Just like LAC, you know, a lot of people ran to sell LAC the first day that it went up. Well, it's still going up, right? I'm holding still. I'm going to wait a bit. LAC, though, like, I don't really like the valuation at all. So they don't make any money right now, and it's worth almost $1 billion, and they have no revenue. Certainly on the iffy side with it, right? So I don't know how much I trust it, but my thought is that it is going to go higher before it goes lower. So I might as well wait it out a little bit, make a little bit more money, and then I'll sell it hopefully at $6 instead of $4.50. That's the thought right now. We'll see.